This is William Surf Riles, founder and creator of We Ride Biker for Life by B.F.L. I am known as the Black David Mann of the biker industry, the first black artist to do biker themed artwork in honor of the black biker. And since 2014, that is exactly what I have strived to do. We Ride Biker for Life is an all-inclusive line that's dedicated to every biker who has a story to tell. And of course, just like me, if you are a biker, I'm sure you got plenty of stories. Now, before I go any further, I want to share with you all a small story of motivation. And it all started September 25th, 2014. 2 days prior to this day, I was hospitalized, complications of rectorial bleeding. I won't get too graphic, but during that time, I was experiencing some personal things that unfortunately came upon me, dealing with marriage, financial straits, going through a life change. And on this day, sitting in a hospital after having 2 blood transfusions, losing 30 pounds during all of this, person comes into my room. Roseland Hospital, south side of Chicago, in the Roseland community. Had a couple of my friends that come through, including one of the ladies that were actually a nurse there, Miss Pocahontas, formed Alliance MC. And this one person, whose name I'm not going to say. But this person saw what happened to me a couple of days before this date. And though I was going through my changes, this person asked me, what am I going to do when I get out of this hospital? And I told this person, and I quote, I'm going to do this We Ride thing. This is a movement. Mind you, I'm going through something, and I really put a lot of time into this since February 14th, 2014. And I said, I ain't nothing gonna stop me. And I said that with so much confidence. And that confidence shot up to the roof until that person said these words. Who's gonna follow a t-shirt? At that moment, my confidence went from here to here. Because it wasn't just the question, it was the person that asked that question. What I got from that question was, it's not going to work. You're crazy to think that this is going to go any further than where you're at right now. Look at what you're doing to yourself. Look at where you're at. At this point, I was homeless. I should have moved, should have started over. Money was definitely there, I wasn't broke. But at this point, I was homeless. And then this person says those words. So now I'm in a rut. But as I learn how to take a shitty moment and turn it into fertilizer. That evening, as I'm sitting in this bed after having 2 blood transfusions, Congress meeting came on, and the guy talked about when he tried to open up a yard business before he graduated from high school on his way to college. And it just didn't seem to go as well as he thought it was going to go. Stay with me, I know I'm long-winded, but I hope you get the point. He went to college, 2 years, still trying to get that business together, but it just seemed to never go any further than where it was at. He decided before he went to his 3rd year of college that he was just going to put everything up and do something else. So the person that he came to, his father, was told what he was about to do, and he said, I want you to listen to me before you do anything else. If you quit, they win. Who are you talking about? Everybody that thought that idea of yours was a bunch of garbage. And if you quit, they're going to sit back and say, he wasted all them years and I knew it wasn't going to go nowhere. And that made him rethink about his next move. His business was still in existence and was doing better than ever. Now his children are in the business. And that business is now family ran. When I got out of that hospital 3 days later, I went harder than ever. I went to Tennessee 2 times. First weekend, Nashville. The second week, Memphis. But I came back home determined to make this brand even harder, even better. Nothing was going to stop me from getting this thing going. Now I'm nearly homeless had it not been for a friend of mine that gave me a place to stay when he found out what was going on. But I wasn't going to let myself down, even though that person said, who's going to follow a t-shirt? Stay with me on this. All this is going to make sense. That was in 2014, 11 years ago. Literally 11 years ago when that question got asked. Well, here's your answer to that question. And with that, I took that set of words that literally was saying that idea is a bunch of shit. It'll never go any further to where you're looking at today, 11 years later. As you can see, We Ride Biker for Life by Rael is still in existence. 5 countries have supported the brand. 50 episodes, multiple amounts of outfits, and as you see, all of the people that have watched and have supported. That's the answer to that question. And I took it as a moniker and I tape it to my wall. So every time I see that, it gives me just that much energy to keep going. So this is the introduction, though it was long, to the story of We Ride Biker for Life by Rael and how it started. This is a remake, but a more better remake of how all this started. And I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that that little story motivated you to stay on your grind and don't quit in what you believe in. Make your dream a reality. We Ride Biker for Life approved. My name is Surf, and I approve this message. Peace. I also want to say something about when that person asked me that question. During the time before I got sick, I had made probably like 10 different items, different ideas, different shirt patterns, especially for the females. Ever since I have done this, every design that I have made has sold, but only one that I put together has never sold. And that was the one that that person who asked that question said it was cool. Not one of those items been sold. In fact, I still have them 11 years later. Maybe that was God saying, not this one. Everyone else, every other design, cool. But that one, I won't allow it to sell. Maybe it was because of the energy that approved it. Food for thought. Don't ever stop believing in what you want to manifest. What is for you is for you. And maybe that design wasn't for me to put out. And I only got one picture of a person that ever wore it. But I won't tell you who that is. Good night.